Hello my dear students, welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Hope you guys are fine. So guys, be quick and join the session fast. Be quick guys so that we can start the session as early as possible. Okay. So as you know that we will be solving ESE previous year's question for the past three latest years, that is 21, 22, 23. Apart from that, if you have any doubts in the previous year's question papers apart from 21, you can ask to me in my telegram or you can message me personally in the telegram as well. Okay, so let's start with the session, but before that guys, as you know that UPSC ESE 2023 mains result has been out, and if you have cleared it, you can share with us the results and you can get free mock interview with the expert panel. Okay, now next I want to say that guys, there are various free app classes going in our app on daily basis. So guys, you can download our app. There are various types of you can say conceptual question series going on. There are various types of theoretical series going on, so you guys can attend that and gather knowledge from it. Okay, next there is a scholarship test on this basically a scholarship test is there on this coming Sunday. Flexibility of timing is there. You can give the scholarship test anytime between 9 a.m. in the morning to 9 p.m. in the evening. This test is free of cost. You guys can get scholarship up to 90%. Apart from that, there is a workshop. Again, this is free of cost. You don't have to pay even a single penny. If you are planning for GATE 2024 or you are planning for GATE 25, what should be the 5 tips you have to follow, that whatever preparation you are doing, you can execute it 100%. Okay, so this workshop will be on 23rd August at 7:30 p.m. Fine. Good evening, Arun. How are you? Fine. So that's all. And guys, when my classes will be there, PDF, everything, you can join my Telegram group for the same. And before starting further guys, this is the comparison which I have shown you, and this is for paper 2. I have included it for only paper 2, not for paper 1. So if you want to know that how many number of questions were asked in each year, so number of questions I have included that in 2023 for this respective subjects, what were the number of questions asked. So if you want to analyze it, you can go through it. Okay. Oh my god, how was your day then? Okay, and this is the ESE 2023 prelims paper 2 previous year's cutoff. So previous year's cutoff for various categories for 2023, 2022, every year I have shown it to you, so that guys, if you are planning for it, preparing for ESE 24, so you will get an idea that how much you have to score on the prelims paper 1 and prelims paper 2. Okay, fine. So that's it guys. Let's start with the session. Okay. Now this is the first question. Come on guys, be quick. Quick, quick, quick. Be quick and answer it fast. Come on guys. Question: which one of the following is the advantage of using activated carbon for water treatment? So let us suppose for water supply engineering, for treatment of water, you are using activated carbon. So what will be the advantage of it? First, when used in powdered form after coagulation, it does not aid in coagulation. Aid means help, nahi karta hai. So when you use in powdered form after coagulation, it will not help in coagulation. Second, it increases chlorine demand of treated water. Third, it removes organic matter present in water. Fourth, its overdose is harmful. Guys, check it out in the question. It is asking you the advantage, while some points are given to you as the disadvantage, like it increases the chlorine demand. This is a disadvantage. Okay, so what will be the advantage? What will be the advantage? See, when you use activated carbon, kuch nahi hai. The word activated is when you are using anything in a powdered form, you call it as activated carbon. If you are using silica in the powdered form, you call it as activated silica. The reason is the specific surface area increases when you use any element or when you use any compound in the powdered form. So nothing carbon, when you convert it into powder, you call it as activated carbon. So basically the use of activated carbon is it removes organic matter present in water, it removes taste, it removes odor. If you talk about the water purifiers which is being used, okay, which is being actually used, if you talk about aquaguard or any water purifiers, generally you will see a candle is there. So that candle is of carbon, because the reason you don't get that much taste or you don't get odor when you drink that water, it is due to the presence of activated carbon. And in this water purifiers which you install it in your homes also, that carbon candle you call it, that consists of activated carbon. Okay, now this one, the quantity of nitrogen present in water before the decomposition of organic matter has started. Now this is an ambiguity question. First you guys answer. First you guys answer. Come on guys. See, very important. What is does free nitrogen does? What does albuminide nitrogen does? What does nitrite does? What does nitrate does? You need to remember all along with the limits. 2A. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good, Divyanshu. And Anmol also said for this one. Then good. Good, Arun. It is albuminoid nitrogen. Now, I was expecting somebody to tell me that, ma'am, A and C are the same options. Okay. See, free ammonia, if free ammonia or free nitrogen is there, it indicates recent pollution. Albuminoid nitrogen, or you call the same as organic nitrogen. So technically the answer should be both A and C, because both are same only. But general basis you say albuminoid nitrogen, but actually albuminoid nitrogen and organic nitrogen are synonym to each other. Paryayavachi hai. Okay, free ammonia indicates recent pollution, nitrite indicates complete decomposition of organic matter, and nitrite indicates partial decomposition of organic matter, which means organic matter is still present. Okay, so this recent pollution, I'm writing it because if I ask you next time, beware, you should answer to me. Complete decomposition already ho chuka. Now this one, there's one logic in this question, that's it. So that's why it's a good question, and definitely it can be asked in your ISRO examination also, if you're preparing simultaneously for ISRO exam also. The domestic sewage of a town was treated for total solids. So everything which it is talking about, it is talking about total solids. So we are not going into depth regarding suspended, dissolved, no. Everything is about total solids. Now sewage sample weight is given to you 100 gram. This sample is being taken, okay, in the sewage, 99.9% is liquid and 0.1% or even lesser than that is solids. So weight of solids which you got after evaporation was 0.952. So this is what actually, this is total solids. Okay. Now, after this, you might have kept it in a muffle furnace for 1 to 3 hours. You would have provided a very high temperature. And after that, what you got was 0.516. The residue which is left after ignition, you call it as non-volatile solids. You call it as inorganic solids. You call it as fixed solids. So remember all the names of it. Now, it is asking you what is the value of volatile solids. So let me tell you, total solids will consist of both volatile and non-volatile solids. Volatile solids are organic solids and non-volatile solids are inorganic solids. Cool. So you guys told me the answer. You are telling me that non-volatile solids will be 0.952 gram minus 0.516 grams. Okay. But the question is, what about the volume? How will you calculate volume? This is right now it is 1000 gram, but question they can sometimes they give you 2000 gram, 3000 grams, anything. So that's why it is very important that you should know the concept. What is the concept? In the question, weight of sewage is given to you. Weight of sample of sewage is given to you. Weight is given to you, but you want volume. So how will you calculate volume? Volume is equal to mass upon rho. Okay. Now mass I know 1000 grams. Now let me tell you, density of sewage and density of water is approximately same, that is 1000. Okay, approximately I'm saying. Why? Because density of sewage is, or specific gravity of sewage is slightly more than that, but let me take it as 1000 now. Okay, so this is 1000 here, so this will become 1 liter. Is it? Is it? Now solve it and gram convert it into mg. So how much it will come? How much it will come? 436 ppm, that is mg per liter. Okay, now this one. Which one of the following is a grit removal unit which also removes silt as well as some organic matter along with it? Grit removal, that means it removes inorganic matter. Come on guys, tell me. Correct? Correct. This is detritus tank. Technically, detritus tank is nothing but it is like a rectangular grit chamber. Along with removal of inorganic matter, it removes some organic matter also. But let me tell you one more thing, if it comes in statement wise format, it has a lower flow velocity as compared to grit chamber and higher detention period. So sometimes if they ask you in statement wise, so let me tell you, it has lower velocity and higher detention period. That's why it is able to remove the organic matter, because jitna zyada, how much more you provide the detention period, much more solids, much more organic matter along with inorganic, organic matter will also set in. Okay, fine. Next, which one of the following is a process whereby chemicals are added to a wastewater resulting in the reduction of the forces tending to keep suspended particles apart? Kindly just tell the number also, which number you're talking about. Number, which question number you're talking about? Fifth. A. Clarification, no. How come clarification? It is coagulation. See, coagulation is what? It is the process of adding coagulants. Coagulants are what? Chemicals. What is the function of coagulations? In this process of coagulation, what is the function of coagulants? Two functions. First, destabilization of the particles, and second, agglomeration of the destabilized particles. Actually, कभी सोचा आपने that why these particles are in suspension? Because they are stable. So when you add chemical, the first thing what you do is you cause the destabilization of this colloidal particles, and the moment they get destabilized, the second function is you want these colloidal particles to get together. So that means you want agglomeration of these particles. So that is the reason, which is the process, that is coagulation is the process in which you add chemicals. Got it? Fine. 6. Come on, this can be included in sources of water, you can include it in groundwater hydrology, or you can include it in geotech. So any subject you want, you can include it. Come on. So in this question, try to solve it without using calculator, because in examination also you won't be provided with calculator. In a groundwater field test, a tracer took 8 hours to travel between two observation wells are there, which are how many meters apart? They are 56 meters apart. The elevation difference, which you can see, maybe let us suppose the elevation difference comes out to be 0.70 meter. Volume of void to the total volume, that means porosity is given to you as 30%, that is 0.30. What is the hydraulic conductivity of the aquifer? Okay, hydraulic conductivity, that is K. So let's calculate K. How will you calculate K, guys? क्या explain कर दूं? क्या explain कर दूं? Suraj, what should I explain? What do you need to explain? Chalo. If you want velocity, velocity is K into I, and K, hydraulic conductivity, is V by I, where V is the actual velocity. Okay, I you can calculate I hydraulic gradient, that is hydraulic head loss upon length of flow. How much is the elevation difference? That is 0.70. how much is the distance? That is 56. So this is what? This is what? This is the value of I. Okay, this will come out to be how much? 0.0125. Calculation, guys, check it once. I'm doing it, but you check it. 0.0125. Now I need to calculate the actual velocity. Can you calculate actual velocity? Seepage velocity is equal to actual velocity by porosity. Porosity in the question you already know. You need to calculate actual velocity, which will be Vs into N. Seepage velocity you don't know. Porosity I know, that is 0.30. Now what I need to calculate? I need to calculate seepage velocity. How will I calculate? Velocity is equal to distance upon time. So Vs is equal to distance upon time. How much was the distance? 56 meter was the distance. And how much hours it took? 8 hours. So 56 meter and this is 8 hours. So you can convert, this will become 7 meter per hour. Okay, so this will be 7 meter per hour. So from here 7 3s are 21.21 meter per hour. Substitute it here. You need to get it in centimeter per hour. In any unit you want, you can conclude it 0.21 meter per hour. So if you want to convert it into centimeter, meter into centimeter, hour into seconds, 3600. Calculate how much it is coming. Ma'am, this is the question of my semester 16 BV, the general methods of distribution of water employed in municipal water scheme. This is implied. So you have this now. Gravity system, by gravitational system, by pumping system, by combined action of gravity and pumping system. This will be the answer for this. Calculate how much it is coming, guys. Calculate. कितना आ रहा है? 4.664 सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड. Okay. Got that, कृपा? आंसर पता चल गया. म्यूनिसिपल वाटर स्कीम में क्या अप्लाई करते हो? सो व्हाट डू यू डू? ईदर बाय ग्रेविटी, वाटर मूव्स अंडर द एक्शन ऑफ इट्स ओन वेट, और यू पंप द वाटर, और द थर्ड इज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट से जो सर्विस रिजर्वायर, फॉर दैट व्हाट यू डू इज यू डू पंपिंग, बिकॉज सर्विस रिजर्वायर इज एट अ हायर एलिवेशन. From service reservoir to your homes, it is by the action of gravity. So combined action of pumping and gravitation. So 3 types are there. Now this one. Sludge thickening is commonly the following methods. In which do you do the sludge? By which method do you do the sludge thickening? Okay. Dead end system, grid iron system is different types of distribution which you do. Correct? Gravity thickening by the action of gravity, by the action of centrifugation, or by the action of air flotation. By all these 3 methods you can do sludge thickening. So 1, 2 and 3, both all the 3 are correct. Okay, this one. In the context of sludge conditioning, so it's not talking about sludge thickening, now it is talking about sludge conditioning. Elutration is synonymous to. Elutration is synonymous to. Very good, Sangram. अगर इस वाले का A आंसर बोला है तो very good. Okay. Now what do you mean by elutration? See, when you wash digested sludge with fresh water, or you want to remove, you can say any type of waste, or when you want to change alkalinity. Okay. So that time you do elutration. So elutration is synonymous to washing. Got it? Remove fine particles. If you want to remove alkalinity, anything you do washing. So that is basically elutration. A tank, this answer I want from everybody. A tank into which raw or partly treated sewage is collected. It is allowed to stay and discharge at such a rate as may be necessary for subsequent treatment. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, quickly. Very good. That is dosing tank. Correct hydrology. That will be dosing tank. See, in dosing tank, what you do is sometimes due to already the further treatments are overloaded, or if you want that now the sewage should be collected, it is not allowed to be treated right now. So dosing tank is the tank in which you have the raw or partially treated sewage, and you discharge it in the subsequent treatment as and when required. Okay, so dosing tank, this is a good question. Which one of the following is the process in which ammonia is oxidized to nitrites and from nitrites to nitrates? Ammonia to nitrites, NO2, from ammonia to NO2, and NO2 to NO3. Huh? Denitrification? It is talking about oxidation. Very good, Suraj. That is nitrification. From ammonia to nitrites. Nitrites, this मैंने गलत लिख दिया ये spell. Nitrites first. Nitrites, NO2 minus होगा, फिर nitrates. So nitrites by nitrosomonas. Okay, the bacteria which is used is nitrosomonas, and from nitrites to nitrates by nitrobacter. So this is when you talk about the nitrogen cycle, ammonia to nitrites by nitrosomonas, nitrites to nitrates by nitrobacter. So the process is nitrification, and you study this in nitrogen cycle. Come on, now this one. Which one of the following is the merit, that is the advantage of combined sewer system? Read it properly. Initial cost is high as compared with separate system. No, in separate system also you need to install two pipes, they have to lay them, that appears to be more costly. If the whole sewage is to be disposed of by pumping, it is uneconomical. So ये merit का हुआ, ये तो आप बुराई कर रहे हो ना. This is a demerit, this is a disadvantage. During heavy rains, the overflowing of sewers will endanger the public health. This is true, but this is not the merit. Question में true or false नहीं पूछ रहा है. In the question it is not asking you identify the correct statement or incorrect statement. In the question it is asking you कि भाई तारीफ करो, advantage, tell the advantage of combined sewer system. The statement is correct, but this is not the advantage. So the advantage is A1, that is rainwater dilutes the sewage and therefore it can be easily and economically treated, because you know in combined sewer system we have both the sanitary sewage and we have the storm water. So if storm water comes into that sewer, obviously it consists of only inorganic particles, it will dilute the sewage, so we can treat it more economically. Okay, now this was for ESE 2021 questions. So whatever questions we have discussed, that was for 2021. Now let's talk about 2022. Come on. The various types of water demand which may have to be broke down into which of the following classes? Come on guys. Correct. We needed 50 to 60% is the domestic water demand. Then industrial water demand, it varies from 50 to 400 LPCD depending upon the extent of industrialization. Then 5 to 10% or even more than that, we have demand for public uses, for public toilets, for washing of roads, streets. So yeah, so we need all of this. Plus we need fire demand, we need demand for losses and thefts. So all these three are to be included. Okay. Now, a good question again. Question number 30. In a big city having population of 50 lakhs, if 6 moderate fires, each of 3 hours, break out in a day, what is the approximate amount of water required by per person per day? Assume 3 jets of streams throwing water from a hydrant with a discharge of 1100 liters per minute per stream. This can be asked in statement wise question also, guys. So remember, whenever you see that fire ambulance comes, so what they have, pipes, and each of the pipes discharges 1100 liters of per minute of water, and you have 3 jets. Okay, एक जहाँ पे आग लगी है जिस प्रॉपर्टी में, in that you put that one of the water pipe and two pipes on the adjacent side of the property. Okay, so now just check it out. How much is the discharge? 1100 liters per minute per stream. If example in the question you don't know how to proceed, just go with the units. Now how many streams are there? 3 streams are there. And how much is the fire duration? 3 hours. 3 hours, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. How much it is coming? How much it is coming, guys? Solve this much. How much it is coming? How much liters of water we are talking about? What is the discharge through the hydrant? How much it is coming? 594,000 liters. This much is coming. Okay, this is from 1. We have 6 fires which is breakout. 8 fire, from 1 fire we are getting 5,94,000 liters. From 6 fires, how much it will be there? From 6 fires, this will be 594,000 into 6. Okay, this much will be required. This is the total quantity of water required. And how many persons are living in that city? 50 lakhs. So 50 lakhs people. So per person, how much water will be required? Total water is this much. So, and the population is 50 lakhs. 50 into 10 raised to power 5. So how much per person will require? Approximately 0.712 LPCD, which is less than 1 liters. And you know also in fire demand, when you talk about the fire demand which we take is 1 liters, 1 LPCD for a person, because because you don't get frequent fires generally, and in areas where you have like textile industries and a lot of industries, there you make sure that you have a higher amount of water stored in the case of fire demand. Okay, so this was the question. Moving to the next question. Not this question, I want the answer from you. I won't tell you the answer. For water supply scheme design of a town or city, the suitable method of estimating future population, but remember, by the end of design period खत्म होने के बाद, by the end of design period. Come on guys. Quickly, I want the answer, then only I'll tell you the answer for this question. No, not A, not D. It is B. By the end of design period, when you talk about, then we have decrease rate method. Okay, then we'll employ decrease rate method. Now, question number 15. Which of the following is not a factor affecting losses and waste in water supply scheme? ये कोई factor नहीं है. It is not a factor. Come on guys, this is basic logical question. Come on. Very good hydrology. Water demand. Now check it out. See, if metering system is there, if you have to pay money for the amount of water you use, of course it will affect the losses. You won't waste water like anything. Okay, so obviously it affects losses. Unauthorized connection, obviously if you are not paying money for water and you are using connections and you are using water and you are not paying any single penny, so of course it is affecting the losses. Pressure in the distribution system, yes. If it is a continuous system or it is an intermittent system, both the things relatively to the pressure affects the losses. So all the three affects the losses, but water demand doesn't affect the losses. Water demand is that, like if I need 150 liters, I need 150 liters per day. So how it does it is related to losses. Nothing is to be done with the losses. Got it? No. Sixth one. Which one of the following forecasting method? See, now this water demand, you don't study much for your gate, but this has been asked for your ESE. So don't think किसी भी topic को नकारा मत समझो, common कहाँ use हो जाए. Now check it out. Uniform increase method. I have told you to remember the synonyms because they can ask you the synonyms. So guys, come on. Which of the following forecasting method is known as uniform increase method? Wrong. Wrong. A is not the correct one. Wrong. In place of uniform increase method, they could have written compounding method also. Very good hydrology, Divyanshu. It is G. Geometric increase method is also known as uniform increase method. It is also known as compounding method. Okay? Storage capacity of a reservoir can be estimated by using. How can you calculate storage capacity? By using which formula? Come on guys, be quick. 17C, very good. That is prismoidal formula. Actually, there are three formulas. You can use prismoidal formula, you can use trapezoidal formula, and you can use mass curve method also. Okay? Anything you can use it. Now, in this question. Modern commercial turbidity meter which works on the principle of scattering of light at right angles. That means, first of all, it is based on scattering principle and it measures the scattered light at 90° to the incident light. What type of turbidity meter is it? Come on. Correct. It is nephelometers. If it would have asked regarding the absorption, you would have called Bailey's turbidity meter. Question number 9. Which one of the following is a disease caused by protozoal infection under waterborne diseases? Come on. Which one you're talking about? Kindly tell the number also. Protozoal infection, that is amoebic dysentery. You call it as enteric fever also. Okay. Polio and jaundice. This year also they have asked question in GATE also from this and it was an MSQ question. Jaundice and polio is from virus. Hepatitis is from bacteria. Okay. Question number 20. Which of the following method is adopted for purifying the public water supply? So public water supply, if you want to purify the water which has to be supplied to the public, thinking that they don't have any water purifiers at your home, what will you do? B for this one. Correct. It is D. Technically, you do screening. Then you do what? Coagulation, aided coagulation, flocculation, sedimentation. Then you go for filtration and then you go for disinfection. So actually you need all of this. Okay. So screening, coagulation, aided sedimentation, disinfection. Now, this one. According to Stokes' law, if the diameter is less than 0.1 mm, settling velocity of spherical particle is directly proportional to. Settling velocity d square. Correct? Okay. Now, 22nd. What is the settling velocity of a discrete particle's Reynolds number is less than 0.5, diameter and specific gravity is given to you. Now guys, come on. You have to solve it. D square upon 18 nu gs minus 1c. Particle size is given to you as 5 into 10 raised to power minus 3 square. Kinematic viscosity is 1.01 into 10 raised to power minus 2. Specific gravity is 2.65 minus 1. Since I am talking about everything in centimeters, I will take 981. ये क्या हो गया भाई? This will be 981 because I want in centimeters per second. centimeter per second square. How much it is coming? So क्या हो जा रहा है बार बार? How much is it coming? Anybody? 21 का आंसर पूछा, 22 का बता दिया. अच्छा, 0.22 A लिखा था. Okay, okay, okay. 0.22 centimeter per second. 22 and answer is also 0.22. Cool. Fine. 23rd question. The rate of filtration pressure of filter pressure as basically a pressure filter as compared to rapid gravity filter, rapid sand gravity filter. Fine. Rapid gravity filters के comparison में filtration pressure filter का filtration कितना होगा? Basically it is asking you this. Rate of filtration of RSF and rate of filtration of pressure filter. किसी को पता है कितना कितना होता है? This is 3000 to 6000 and this comes out to be 6000 to 15000. कितना times हो गया guys? कितना times हो गया? And this is on per hour basis. Liter per meter square per hour. Liter per meter square per hour. So how many times? 2 to 5 times. So 2 to 5 times. Got it? Now, last ESE 2023. Let's talk it about. In Hardy-Cross method, a trial distribution of discharge is made arbitrarily or arbitrarily. The four options are: first, both statements are true, and statement 2 is the, I have to write it or what? Two is correct explanation of statement 1. This is assertion and reasoning. B होगा वो not the correct statement 1 भी true है, 2 भी true है, but statement 2 is not the correct explanation. Correct explanation. Statement 1. Third is statement 1 is true, 2 is true, 2 is false. Fourth is statement 1 is false, 2 is true. Come on guys, which one will be correct? Which one will be correct? See, in when you talk about Hardy-Cross method, nobody answered this correctly. See, we assume the discharge in each pipe which satisfies continuity equation, that is correct, but trial distribution is not arbitrarily. जो trial distribution होता है ये arbitrarily नहीं होता है. So A statement 1 is false, 2 is true. Okay, now this is 25th number. अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. A sewage has a suspended solids content as 250 mg per liter. The sedimentation tank removes 55% of the solids. Water content is given to you. It is asking you how much quantity of sludge is produced after treating 6.5 into 10 raised to power 6 liters of sewage. Okay. So guys, if 6.5 10 raised to power 6 liters of sewage is being treated, and in this, in 1 liter, if 250 mg is the suspended solids, so in 6.5 into 10 raised to power 6 liters, how much will be the suspended solids? So 250 mg per liter. And out of this, how much is the suspended solid which is being removed? 55%. Now convert mg into kg, 10 raised to power minus 6. How much it is coming, guys? Quickly tell how much it is coming. What happened? How much it is coming? 893.75 kg. This much is the suspended solids which have settled. Now, this much suspended solids has settled. Now, check it out. Water content in the sludge is 95%. That means 5 kg solid and 95 kg water makes 100 kg sludge. So, 893.7 kg solids will make how much sludge? 893.75 into 100 divided by 5. How much it is coming? How much it is coming? 17875 kg. This much amount of sludge is produced, but in the question it is not asking me the amount in weight, it is asking me in terms of volume. So you know that density is equal to mass by volume, volume is equal to mass by density. Mass is coming 17875, and since specific gravity of sludge is 1, so whatsoever is the density of water, that much will be the density of sludge, that is 1000. So this will come out to be 17.875 meter. Correct? Okay. Now this question. With standard notation, the total subsurface soil area required for soak pits or dispersion trenches is given by. How much it is given by? Come on guys. I thought we'll complete it in 40 minutes, but yeah, 5-6 questions more are left. Come on. That is 130 root T. 130 रूट टी, देखो दो होता है, 130 रूट टी एंड वन इज 204 रूट टी. 130 root T and the other one is 204 root T, where T is the percolation rate. तो यहाँ तो 130 दिया, 200 तो दिया ही नहीं है, 204 तो दिया ही नहीं है. ठीक है. Which one of the following is not the common method? See, it may be a method, but it is not a common method for disinfection of water. Common method nahi hai. It is not a common method. Boiling, UV, ozone, sodium chloride. Boiling, of course, we do it in our home, so it is common. Ultraviolet rays, we use it for swimming pools and all. Okay. Ozone also, not in Indian subcontinent, it is prevalent, but still we use it. Sodium chloride, we don't use it. So use of sodium chloride is not that much prominent. Now, 28. Now, which one of the following is an essential requirement? Means ये तो होनी ही चाहिए. It is very, very important. So, essential requirement of swimming pool water. Come on, guys. Come on, 28B. Very good hydrology. Yes, we need to have as minimum amount of chemical because we don't want that any infections of skin or irritation should take place. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि swimming pool है तो बस नहाना ही तो है, just we want to have a bath, so apply n number of chemicals for treatment. No, as much as possible use minimum amount of chemical, otherwise it can cause skin irritations. Okay, so this is the B option is an essential requirement. Others are also the requirement, but बोलते ना ये तो होना ही चाहिए. This has to be there. This is very, very essential. So that is B. Now 29. The first stage of sewage purification by the action of anaerobic bacteria is termed as. First stage of purification for anaerobic की बात हो रही, not aerobic, huh? So don't get confused. Anaerobic. Very good. Good evening, all in one channel. Okay, correct. It is putrefaction. It converts a complex material. Putrefaction is the process of sewage purification by the action of anaerobic bacteria, which converts organic matter into simpler compounds. So, जब भी anaerobic bacteria की बात आएगी, make sure it is putrefaction. Maximum students marks it oxidation. I don't know why. So, 30th. Which one of the following is a measure of light emitting property? Very easy, guys. Light emitting property of wastewater. Extent to which light is either scattered or absorbed by the water sample. What is that? Correct. That is turbidity. Correct, Divyanshu. AIOC. Correct. Okay. 31 question. Which one of the following is defined as the oxygen required for the microorganisms to carry out biological decomposition of dissolved solids or organic matter in the water under aerobic conditions at standard temperature? Correct. That is biochemical oxygen demand, or you call it as BOD, the amount of oxygen required by aerobic microorganisms to carry out the decomposition of biodegradable organic matter. So it depends upon the temperature. Ultimate BOD is independent of temperature, but whenever you are telling the BOD, you have to specify the days and the temperature apart from ultimate BOD. Okay. Now, 32 question. Chlorination, liming and recarbonation are the part of which one of the following in the context of unit operations for wastewater treatment? Come on guys. ना ion transfer का नहीं है. No. BOD is related with time. Yes, it is related with time. As the time increases, the amount of organic matter decreases. It follows the first order kinetics. Rate of change of parameter is directly proportional to the parameter. Correct, hydrology. So the Divyanshu also correct. That is solute stabilization. So when you talk about chlorination, liming or recarbonation, that means you need to remove the carbon dioxide. So in these cases, the unit operations which you do is the stabilization of the solute. So that is solute stabilization. So I guess last two questions are there. Huh? The theoretical time taken by a particle of water to pass between entry and exit. So entry and exit. Entry से exit तक how much is the theoretical time which is being taken? Detention period. Correct. B. टाइम पूछ रहा है तो वियर लोडिंग वेलोसिटी ऑफ फ्लो कैसे आ गया? वेलोसिटी ऑफ फ्लो तो हो ही नहीं सकता. ओवरफ्लो रेट आल्सो इट इज अबाउट व्हाट? इट इज वेलोसिटी ओनली. लास्ट क्वेश्चन. This question has been asked in SSCJ, in Polytechnic lecturer, in AE, in state level J. I don't know, many exams this has been asked. The most commonly adopted detention period for grid chambers may vary from. Fine, Bhupendra, I will make it. 60 seconds, but 60 तो यहाँ आंसर में नहीं है, so you will go by 45 to 90. But let me tell you, guys, for different examinations, they just hamper. Question same रहता है, question remains the same, only they change the options. So technically, it is 40 to 60 seconds. If you talk about the detention period, it is 40 to 60 seconds. But in the question, it is not mentioned. ठीक है, options it has not been mentioned, so we will go to B because B is near about to 40 to 60 seconds. Got it? 2 मिनट नहीं देते, 1 मिनट ही देते हैं जनरली. मतलब 2 मिनट बहुत हो गया. और उसका रीजन ये है, you don't give more detention time. See, grid chamber का रीजन भी बता देते हो if it is asked in statement wise questions. The reason is, if in grid chamber you provide more time, if you provide more detention period, even organic matter will settle. And grid chambers में जो भी materials settle होते हैं, whatsoever materials get settled, you are not going to treat them, you are just going to dispose them. So if you are providing more detention period, organic matter will settle, and if you just dispose them, that disposed material will contain organic matter. So that will create the issue. That is the reason you make sure that only inorganic matter should settle, and that's the reason you provide a lesser time period. And why the inorganic matter should settle, and that's the reason you provide lesser detention period. In detritus tank, the main reason for organic matter to settle was you were providing longer detention time. है वो grid chamber ही, बोलते आप उसको ग्रिड चेम्बर ही हो, बट द पॉइंट इज वहां पर जो आप टाइम देते हो, जो टाइम जितने टाइम के लिए पानी रहता है वो ज्यादा होता है, 3 से 5 मिनट होता है. यहाँ पर आप हार्डली 1 मिनट तक देते हो जनरली. तो क्योंकि आप ज्यादा टाइम देते हो वहां पर, इवन ऑर्गेनिक मैटर सेटल्स, बट यू डोंट डू इट इन द केस ऑफ ग्रिड चेम्बर बिकॉज एनीवे यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू ट्रीट द मटेरियल्स व्हिच हैव बीन सेटल्ड इन द ग्रिड चेम्बर. Got it? So that is the reason you provide lesser detention period. Even velocity भी आपको ध्यान से रखनी पड़ती है. अगर आपने velocity ज्यादा रख दी in the grid chamber, ऑर्गेनिक तो चलो चाहिए ही नहीं, इनऑर्गेनिक मैटर भी सेट नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है, और वेलोसिटी बहुत कम कर दी तो इनऑर्गेनिक के साथ ऑर्गेनिक भी सेटल डाउन कर जाएंगे. ओके, सो देयर इज अ इशू विद बोथ. इफ यू इंक्रीज द वेलोसिटी, organic and inorganic both will not settle. If you make it very less, if you have slowed down the velocity, even organic matter will settle. So that's the reason you have to be very very careful when you design the grid chambers. अभी तो आया MNIT मैनेट भोपाल में PhD के रिलेटेड वैकेंसीज आई है एनवायरमेंट स्ट्रक्चर्स में. यू कैन अप्लाई इफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी कंप्लीटेड PhD. Okay guys, so these were the questions, and guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. कल 10 बजे सुबह we are having ISRO 2023 mock test. Again we have here what? We have here 95 questions 120 minutes. ठीक है, तो कल सुबह 2 घंटे आपको हमारे साथ बिताना है हमारे चैनल पे 10 a.m. It will include everything, aptitude questions, it will include technical questions, it will include allied topics. Okay, so thank you everybody. और guys अब हमारा जो scholarship test link description में है, and guys on Wednesday at 7 p.m. again we will be having hydrology and irrigation both combined ESE previous years questions. तो कल आप mock test attend करोगे, परसों आप evening 7 p.m. में मेरे साथ hydrology और irrigation के questions solve करोगे. Okay, can we say that BOD increases with time as there will be many microorganisms after some time? No, एक टाइम के बाद खाना कम हो जाएगा, खाने वाले ज्यादा हो जाएंगे. So with time what will happen? Organic matter is BOD, right? तो जब organic matter कम होता चला जाएगा तो BOD जो है organic matter कम होता जाएगा, और microorganisms जो ज्यादा होते हैं वो endogenous respiration कर लेंगे. They will self killing will take place. I'll show you with the diagram. It's like this. With time, if you see the variation of BOD with time, it is like this. It will decrease and it will almost becomes constant. Initially, organic matter ज़्यादा था. So microorganisms को ज़्यादा oxygen की demand थी so that they can carry out the decomposition of organic matter. During this process, microorganisms क्या कर रहे थे? They were reproducing. ठीक है, so due to cell division 2 से 4, 4 से 16 होते जा रहे थे. So microorganisms were increasing, but organic matter कम होता जा रहा था. That is, food was reducing. Eventually over the time जब खाना कम हो गया, microorganisms ज्यादा हो गए, तो microorganisms अपनी बॉडी में से कार्बन यूज करना चालू कर दिया. That means they started to do endogenous respiration. So as the time will increase, BOD will decrease, and after some time it will remain constant. Okay. First stage, ma'am, can you provide us 5 to 10 questions PDF for HPCL ISRO? 50,000 or how many questions you're asking for? There are various books. Suresh, you message me, I'll name you books. They are having more than 10,000 questions. Don't worry. Okay, I'll provide you with the book and what I was saying. If you have any doubts, you can join my Telegram group. You can message me there, and let me know any upcoming sessions you want. Okay, fine. So that's all for today, guys. Take care of yourself. Bye bye, good night, and study hard. Thank you everybody.